Sophie, Sarah, it's lovely to see you both, and congratulations on making it through to the semi-finals and topping the group. So you've been out here for a while now. Obviously, you've gone 4 from 4 in the group stages. What's pleased you most about the team's performances so far?
I think it's been amazing to see how far we've come. I think there's a new thing coming now with Louis, and it's all about fearless cricket, and I think we're really showing that now, especially after the win the other day against Pakistan. I think Nat went out there and showed about what we're all about, and we scored, 214 in a T20, which is the highest score in a T20, which is amazing. So, yeah, it's just really exciting to go into the semi-finals with all this confidence.
Yeah, you mentioned that massive win against Pakistan yesterday. As you said, highest total in world T20 history. I know both of you are desperate to get up the order as all-rounders, but how's the form at the moment of the middle order? Nat Siver, Amy Jones, a little word on them?
Oh, they're honestly just playing amazingly. Like, they're just so aggressive, but like really clinical. Like, they're not playing messy cricket either. And there's just like a calmness when they're out there as well. Like, even though they're going for like every ball, there's still like this calmness there. And then, you know, if they don't pull it off, we've obviously got depth in the order to come in, and I think they're showing that and that fearlessness. So yeah, it's really good to see. Yeah,
you mentioned that depth there. I was really impressed with the top 3 and how they've gone about it. It was great to see Dan get that 50 yesterday, but in particular, Sophia Dunkley, Alice Capsey, you know, they're so young, they're coming in from the 100 regional cricket and performing on the international stage. Do you think that's down to, you know, the exposure they're getting in games like the 100, the WPL, and going forward the WPL as well?
Definitely. I think like just getting game time in the middle is obviously always helpful. So I think them going away and getting that experience and playing with, you know, different players and learning different things, like when they come back from it, they're always telling about, you know, what this player said or what that player said. So they're definitely learning off others, and then coming back into an environment where they can just be themselves, and, you know, we can explore different options and different shots. So I think like they're definitely going about it in their own way, but they just keep adding more and more to the game through these franchises as well, which is really good to see.
Yeah, it's great to see. So we've spoken about the mindset shift around putting that pressure back onto the opposition. And there's a lot been in the media about how the batters have been going about that. But obviously you are 2 of the spin trio with Charlie Dean. So how does that affect you girls as spinners? How's it changed your plans? And how have you shifted your mindset since Louis come in?
I think it's been just keeping it simple. I think we've come as a 3 and we chat when we get out there. I think we kind of stick together as a 3. I know we've got a seam unit and a spin unit, but we kind of stick together as a group. But yeah, we kind of just adapt to the conditions. There've been a few different wickets since we've been out here, so it's been no different to what we've been used to. And I think it's just like communication's massive for us. I think the first ball to ball, it's kind of just just see how it goes, and then kind of just relays the information to me and Glennie, or vice versa. So I think it's been great to sit together, keep it simple, and just back ourselves to do what we do best.
Yeah, there's like been so many chats, but like I've noticed the difference in that the chats as well. Like, it's all about like how to take a wicket and like what's the best way to get a wicket on this, you know, wicket. So I feel like we're doing that really well, and just keep communicating.
Yes, you mentioned the pitches have been slightly different out here. How do you think that's changed maybe your game plans? How are you going to take wickets? Is it about, you know, getting the big spinners in, or, you know, maybe trying to play with field setting or things like that?
I think like for like the bowlers unit as like a whole, I think we're just always trying to keep stumps in play. So obviously with the variable bounce as well, some of the wickets we've played on, I feel like as long as we're doing that, like we're in the game all the time. So I think we've kept it simple as a group, not just the spinners, and then obviously looking for the variations, and we've not been afraid to do that, even if we've not executed. Like, we're trying to be proactive at the back end, you know, slow balls, Yorkers, things like that. So I think we're keeping it simple majority of the time, but when we go for that difference, like, we're not afraid to do that.
So even though you're all still under 23, you're vastly experienced, over 150 T20 wickets between you and Dino. Charlie's obviously relatively new to the T20 team. What impact has she had on the bowling group, and what does she bring to the team? So,
I think it's been great for her to come in. I think she's got a bit of learning to do. I think she's still so young and still so new, and she's been doing so well recently. She had a great series in West Indies, and it's so great for her to come in, and she just needs to back herself. I think that's a massive thing for her. I think confidence is a massive thing, and when she backs herself, she nails it, and I think she just needs to use her fields to how she bowls. And yeah, she's been great. She also gives a lot in the field, doesn't she? She's a funny one to have in the field. She's obviously a great field as well, so yeah, she gives a lot to the team.
So if you took on the vice-captaincy role when Heather and Nat were absent in that India series, do you kind of see your role in this little spin trio as kind of the leader, or is it, you know, does it take the pressure off you to have 2 extra frontline spinners in the team that are doing such an awesome job?
It definitely takes the pressure off. I know in the last few years I've been the only spinner in a team, whether it be an ODI or sometimes a T20. But like, yeah, I think it's great to have the three of us in there. I think we've been playing together for a long time now, and I think we know how each other work, and yeah, we communicate really well. And it's nice to have just the three spinners in the team and three spinners bowling really well. It's quite a new thing for us all, so it's just really great to see.
So Sarah, I think you're enjoying a really purple patch of form at the moment. I know, and you're a really key wicket taker in those middle overs. Obviously last year you're unfortunate to miss out on that 50 over World Cup squad. Kind of what changes did you make, and are you putting your current form down?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think obviously it was a bit of a different time back then in COVID, where we just was in four walls to be honest, like in the hotel. So, and I think one of like the biggest things that I've like grown my game over the years is that I'll always go back to basics and like go for a hit with my dad, or go to my club and just focus on the simple things. And I think because I didn't have access to that, I think I lost that bit of fun and enjoyment and lost my reasoning for wanting to improve. Like most of the time I want to improve for myself and for the team, so I think to go away and have that chance to work on those things really did help me, to help apply it into the summer and obviously like the Commonwealth Games and stuff. So being up on the big stage is like obviously crucial and quite a lot of pressure, so as long as you're enjoying it, I think that was the main thing. And I think I just lost that enjoyment and a bit of spark, so to go away and work on that and get that back again has kind of fired me up. And I'm going out there like feeling a bit fearless and just feeling a bit more aggressive, so having that freedom I feel like is helping with my form definitely.
I think you mentioned a few things there about enjoying the game, going back to basics, and I know that's something that Louis is really massive on. John Lewis having come in just before the West Indies, it's kind of what impact has he had? It looks like you girls are just absolutely loving playing cricket at the minute, loving touring, really enjoying it. So what kind of impact has he had?
I think just like the motto he's trying to give, like set as a team, and like what we want to achieve. Like I think for a long time we've let kind of a win or a loss define us, which obviously we do want to go and win a World Cup, don't get me wrong, but I think what's defining us now is how we play our cricket and how we want to entertain and inspire and get young kids looking at our cricket thinking, damn, I want to play like how she does in that funky shot or that cool delivery. So I feel like there's just that element of freedom, even though we do keep it basic, there is that element of freedom. So I think that's how he wants to go about it, and that's how I want to do our cricket, which is giving us a bit of a licence really, which I think is the enjoyment coming out of us.
I mean, I think people that know me know I'm quite a chill person outside. I like to get away from cricket, and sometimes not really been able to do that in the past just because we've been a lot of training, but I think he loves a bit of golf as well, which helps me out. So we'll go and play golf and we'll go and do different things, which has been great. And he's just so chilled out. I think there's so much family here now, and he's just there, like training at councils yesterday, and he's like, go and have a great day with your family and go and sing and have a great day off, just go and enjoy it. And I think that's not been a thing in the past like it is now. So yeah, he's coming in and he's got such a positive impact on us all, and it's just great to see, and hopefully the long way it continue.
Any good golf courses around here you've tried?
There's been a few. There's a few in Cape Town. Hopefully in the next few days I can go play, hopefully.
So if you've had some success in World Cup semi-finals against South Africa before, 6 for last year in the 50 over World Cup, what kind of threats do they pose as a team, and how are you going to counteract those?
I think just looking at the scorecard from last night, they obviously chased the Bangladesh score with no wickets down, and I think they're a force to be reckoned with. They've got Laura Woolf at the top, who's a great player, and when she's in a bit of form like she's hit now, and a bit unfortunate that she's hit runs now, but she's a great player. And they've got like a Chloe Tran who's been hitting runs, and obviously Marizanne Kapp's a massive part for them. So they're a great team, and hopefully we can do what we did last year and hopefully win and get through to another final.
And Sarah, this would be your first World Cup semi-final, as we won't mention the washout in Australia a couple of years ago. What do you kind of expect from a semi-final against the host nation, maybe a bigger crowd playing South Africa, and how have you found the tournament as a whole?
I think, I'm going to expect them to come out pretty strong. Obviously, I feel like they're peaking at the right time, and obviously when you peak at the right time with a home crowd, I think it'll be a pretty tough game. But I think with how I've been playing our cricket, I think there'll still be a sense of calmness there, and I think we'll keep that. And leading into the semi-final, like obviously I've not been in one myself, but I think I guess in the past we'd have started to worry about it or be a bit stressed, but the whole group just seems so relaxed, and it's like we've got a semi-final in 2 days and we're just like, oh yeah, we're going up Tame Mountain today, and like it's just talking about what shopping, golf courses, like it's almost in the back of our mind at the moment, and I think that's what we're doing at the moment. We're really just living in the moment, not looking too far ahead, and I think that's what we've done in this tournament as a whole, and I think that's why I've really enjoyed it, because we just took each day as it comes. It's like, okay, right, we're training today, okay, we've got a World Cup game, like we're not getting ahead of ourselves. So I think we've done that really well as a group to kind of stick together and keep that calmness.
Yeah, I know Louis loves the saying of live in your shoes, doesn't he? And you two have probably got the most on tour, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. We're living in lots of shoes at the moment.
Anyway, so I couldn't not mention the WPL auction last week. So massive congratulations on your auction result. Firstly, where were you when your name came up, and how did you react when you were sold for £180,000?
Well, it was actually salon time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was during salon time.
So we were in Frey's room, actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't actually know it was on. I didn't know what time it started. So I was like, I'll just see it. Freya found the link, and then they'd already named 3 names, and Ash had gone for ridiculous amounts of money, and I was like, whoa, this is mad. And I think then my name came up, and I'm not being worried about it, and I think I screamed.
She was pacing around the room, like, Freya was, like, doing Belly's hair, and then you was just literally pacing, and I was there waiting, like, oh, my God, oh, my God.
I was just really stressed. I was like, it's weird, because normally when you do things...
I think it just hit you at once, like, you were like, oh, it's fine, and then you were like, oh, my gosh.
Because normally we know how much you go for the 100, like, say you get retained, you'll know how much you're on or whatever, and with that, everyone knew at the exact same time that you found out, yeah, but it was a really weird day for us all. I think it was weird that we had a game, but yeah, like, I think, honestly, it's just mad now, just thinking about it, but obviously it's really exciting times for women's cricket in general.
Just for the record, salon time is Freya Davies doing everyone's amazing hair for game day on the morning of a game. The plaits that everyone has is all Freya Davies' best looking team in the tournament, I'm telling you. Best hairstyles.
But yeah.
So when you made your debut at 16, could you ever imagine just a few years later that you'd be going to a women's Premier League and going for that amount of money?
No, not really. I think everyone knows that when I was younger, I used to just mess about a little bit and play cricket for enjoyment and didn't really take myself too seriously. And I think first I realised that I could make cricket as a living, and now last week is kind of, it's life-changing money for a lot of people, and especially someone like Nat. Like she's gone for so much money, but yeah, honestly, it's mad. And yeah, but all I focus on the World Cup at the minute. Like genuinely, I think we just want to win this World Cup, and a massive dream of mine has been to win a major trophy that I haven't won yet, and I'm really hoping that on Sunday that'll be a dream come true.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. But yeah, it really is a game-changing moment for women's cricket, and don't you think young girls, across the world now, see you girls as role models, see cricket as a career? And I remember I didn't even know there was an England women's cricket team at the age of 10. I wanted to play for England men. Whereas you guys coming through now, you're going to have 10, 15 years of this, and so many girls are going to see you as role models. Do you take that quite seriously?
Yeah, I feel like it's quite exciting because I know growing up I had a lot of male sport role models. So I feel really special to see girls, in our situation think, oh, actually I can make it too. So I think that's really important, and I think that's why it's so important to just keep enjoying our cricket and show that how fun it can be, because obviously we know with cricket it's a love-hate relationship and it can be really tough at times. So I think just showing them that it's worth it 100% to go all the way, and hopefully just keep inspiring them.
Yeah, like when I was younger, it used to be like I used to be the only girl at my cricket club when I was growing up, and now there's a women's team, there's a girls' team, and there's about 40 women and girls that play cricket now, and I used to be the only girl, and it's just it's changed in the last 10 years, and long may it continue for the future. It's so great to see.
Yeah, up the Alv.
Up the Alv. Yeah.
So I've got one final question for you, Soph. We know you're a huge Everton fan and you love to plaster EFC forever, absolutely anywhere you can. Obviously, you've got a new manager.
I'll take them worldwide.
A new manager.
Boy over here.
New manager, Sean Dyche. How are you finding the new manager, and what do you reckon to Everton's chances for the rest of the season?
Yeah, well, my brother told me last night we need 19 points for safety. I mean, it seems quite a lot at the minute, but I'm really hoping that we'll be fine. Like, honestly, they're doing all right at the minute, and Sean Dyche is coming in and seems to be working them quite hard. But yeah, I'm missing going to the game at home, but my brother said it was quite nerve-wracking at the weekend, but obviously after the result he was absolutely buzzing, and yeah, it's great to see him doing well again now, and it makes me a much happier person around the camp when Everton are winning, I can tell you that.
Well, hopefully if you win on Sunday you'll get to parade the trophy around the ground, and they'll give you a good reception. But it's great to see you both, and thank you very much for your time, and best of luck in the semi-final against South Africa on Friday.
Thanks,
Thank
Tam.
you. Cheers.